Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're tackling a massive question for basically any organization out there. Is your next AI project actually set up to succeed, or is it, destined to become another one of those failed pilots? We're going to walk through a checklist that'll tell you exactly where you stand.
Let's just kick things off with a pretty tough number. According to research from MIT, this is the failure rate for most enterprise AI pilots, 95%. Just let that sink in for a second. It means the vast majority of companies pouring money into AI are not seeing any real return on that investment.
So what in the world is going on here? Well, the cost of these failures isn't usually some big, dramatic explosion, right? It's more like this quiet death by 1,000 cuts, a slow burn of wasted subscriptions for tools nobody is even using. We're talking anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 a month just vanishing into thin air. It's time, it's resources, all with nothing to show for it.
And here's the crucial point, the real kicker. The failure is almost never because the AI technology itself is broken. Nope. It almost always comes down to these fundamental readiness gaps inside the organization. Issues that, frankly, could have been spotted and fixed before the project even got off the ground.
Okay, so how do you avoid becoming part of that 95%? Well, we're going to dig into this really powerful diagnostic tool. We'll look at the most critical questions you have to ask, show you how to score your own organization, and then lay out a clear action plan based on where you land.
The solution is this pretty straightforward checklist. You should really think of it like a pre-flight inspection for your AI project. It's specifically designed to give you a brutally honest look at how prepared your organization actually is before you sink a ton of time and money into it.
Now, what's really great about this framework is that it breaks readiness down into these 5 key areas, and it forces you to think way beyond just code and algorithms. We're talking about everything from high-level strategy all the way to, is your team even culturally ready for this kind of big change?
Now, we don't have time to go through all 15 questions today, so we're going to zero in on the 7 that are considered the absolute non-negotiables. Honestly, if you can't answer ready to these, your project is probably dead on arrival. All right, first up, it's all about leadership. A successful AI project has to be treated like a core business transformation, not just another IT task on the list. You absolutely need a senior leader, a VP or C-level exec, who personally owns it, someone who has the clout to knock down walls and really drive it forward. Next, is your goal a real goal? These fuzzy aspirations like, let's improve efficiency, are just a recipe for failure. You need a crystal clear definition of what winning looks like before you even start. Something you can actually measure, like reduce customer ticket response time by 30%. That's a real target. And this brings us to what is often the single biggest project killer, your data. AI is completely useless without good data. It's garbage in, garbage out, right? In fact, Gartner predicts that issues with data readiness will be the #1 cause of AI project failures in 2026. So if your data's a mess, your AI is gonna be a mess. Simple as that.
Okay, so let's see how this all comes together. How do you figure out where you really stand? It's easy. You just answer all 15 questions, you give yourself 1 point for each ready answer, and that gives you a quick, honest score of where your organization is at this very moment.
This simple little table then tells you exactly where you fall. A score of 12 or more, hey, that puts you in the top 13% of organizations. You've got the foundations, you're ready to go. If you're between 7 and 11, you're close, but you have some really important gaps to close first. And anything under 7, well, that's a huge red flag telling you to hit the brakes.
But hey, this isn't just about getting a grade. It's about knowing what to do next. The best part of this whole thing is that the checklist gives you a clear, custom action plan based on where you land, so you know exactly where to focus your efforts.
So if you find yourself in that partially ready zone, your path is super clear. Do not launch yet. Instead, spend the next 4 to 8 weeks completely laser-focused on fixing those critical blockers you found, like getting that executive sponsor or cleaning up a key data set. Once that's done, then you're ready to go.
And if your score comes in below 7, the advice is even more crucial. Stop. Seriously. Pushing forward right now would be a guaranteed waste of money and political capital. Use the next quarter to build the absolute non-negotiable foundations. Get your leadership aligned, get your data house in order, and educate your teams. Then you can think about reassessing.
So the big takeaway here is pretty clear. The organizations that are actually winning with AI aren't just the ones moving the fastest, they're the ones moving the smartest. They're deliberate. A short delay to build a solid foundation is infinitely better than rushing headfirst into a project that's just doomed from the start.
Ultimately, this readiness framework gives you an honest, data-driven way to answer that very question. It helps make sure that your investment, your time, and your team's energy all go toward creating real, measurable business value, not just another statistic.